Hey guys, Professor Bill, Comic Book University, and Mech Cadet Yu. Okay, this this is an awesome comic, man. Let me tell you something. I read Robotech this week, and now I'm also reading Mech Cadet Yu from Boom Studios. Boom Studios, man. Once in a while, they get something good, right? I'm currently reading their WWE stuff right now, which is it's good. I've still been reading it. I think they're up to issue 7 now. It's good. It's good. Dennis Hopeless, and that's a Marvel writer. They got another Marvel writer here, Greg Peck, who is writing the Totally Awesome Hulk. He's also writing the Weapon X series, and just crossed them over recently for Weapons of Mutant Destruction. He's also the guy responsible for Planet Hulk. So kind of hard to dispute that this guy knows what the heck he's doing. Knows how to have some fun with some good outer space stuff and some cyborg stuff. And now this is a really good... Okay, listen, guys. This reminds me of back in the day when I used to be a little kid and I used to watch a Transor Z, okay? I was in a really weird situation where I moved from Jersey to Ohio and just I didn't know what channels were what was on, what anything was. And I used to watch Voltron and I couldn't find Voltron, but I did find Transor Z. And I still remember the theme song and I loved it. Found out recently it's called Mazinger Z by recently. I mean, like, I think it was like 2 years later when I was 12. But the idea is that I loved that show, and this brings me back to those days. There's basically this dude named Skip who was in Arizona, and all of a sudden a giant mech came down and grabbed him and said, hey, or didn't grab him, excuse me, but chose him. And they together formed this bond, and they went out fighting in space, beating up bad guys and whatnot. And every 4 years after that, a new group of mechs will come down and will choose people. The cadets now, it's actually like, it's a huge military operation where they train certain cadets that they want to be in charge of there, and they have those guys going instead. And apparently there are like a lot of rules now. Certain people are not allowed to go up there. Well, that's not how the original one went. So, there's that. So anyway, they don't know where these guys come from or anything like that, but they are sentient and they choose people and whatever. So now there's this little kid named Stanford, and it's a weird name, especially considering the fact that he's Chinese. More specifically, he and his mother speak Cantonese. He speaks English too, but, it's Cantonese. And this is clearly in the future. I mean, like, she's a cleaning woman, but the cart doesn't have wheels. It goes by, like, anti-grav or something. And just a whole bunch of really cool things. And there's this one girl who's really mean to him, and she's a cadet, and she's definitely going to get chosen. But for some reason, something goes wrong, and this part. This part is going to happen. He winds up getting chosen instead through total mistake. And this mech actually seems to be the weird one in the family. I'm making air quotes right now. So two misfits are, they chose each other, I suppose is the way to look at it. And it's just, you knew it was coming, but it's still heartwarming when it happens. And then later on, something else happens. He needs to be rescued. And who rescues him actually was a surprise to me. The fact that he was even rescued, because the people come to arrest him because, how dare you interfere with our mech cadet training. So, yeah, man, this is really good. This is such a great issue. I love this. What a great issue 1. And they got me. Boom Studios, congratulations. You got me for another title. Hook, line, and sinker, baby. Just keep this up the way it is, and we'll see what happens from this point on. Guys, I'm going to give this comic an A. Oh my God, this was so heartwarmingly beautiful. And yeah, it just looks like there's just going to be, I don't know. This looks like one of those cartoons you'd watch as a kid and just get inspired. Well, I'm not going to get inspired in my ripe old age now, but it's nostalgic, even though I've never seen this before and I have almost no clue as to what's going to happen. And that says a lot when people can do this in a comic book. By the way, I mentioned Greg Pak, the writer, Takeshi Miyazawa. Takeshi Miyazawa. Sorry, I butchered your name. Anyway, guys, I'm going to wrap this one up. Professor Bill, Comic Book University. Class dismissed.